Dr. M. Ponniyin Selvi, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Commerce, V.V. Vaniya Perumal College for Women, Virudhunagar. In this video, we are going to discuss about the duties of the auditor in connection with debenture. First, let us learn what is debenture. We know that debenture is acknowledgement of debt. This acknowledgement is done by the company. So, this acknowledgement is given in the form of a document under the common seal of the company. It includes a contract. That contract is between the money giver, that is, who are also to be known as debenture holders, and the company on the other part. This contract is for repayment of the original amount of borrowing on a fixed date and also for repayment of interest. This interest is to be repaid till the repayment of the loan, and this acknowledgement may or may not give the charge. In short, debenture is the form of borrowings, and so the debentures come under the liability side under the heading secured creditors. So what else we can see here is, first let us learn about the issue of debentures, then we can see about the redemption of debentures, securing debentures. In between we can also learn as issuing debentures as collateral security. After issuing, after redeeming, it can again be reissued. Then there are some guidelines given by Securities and Exchange Board of India. And finally, we can consolidate the duties of the auditor. Let us see one by one. Debenture is the acknowledgement of debt, and it is a contract between two parties. One party is the company and the other party is the debenture holders. When the company is getting the amount and giving the bond, it is called as issue of debentures. On the other hand, when the company is repaying the amount and getting back the debentures, it is called redemption. In simple words, the first term is borrowing. The other term, redemption, is repayment. While issuing the debenture itself, the company must decide about the redemption. There are three possible values. The price. The issue can be at par or at discount or at premium. At the same time, the redemption may also be at par or at premium or at discount. Here, there are two distinct classifications. In the first category, there is no loss on the part of the company. When there is no loss for the company, the first case is issuing at par and redeeming at par. Let us take for example 1000 rupees value of debenture is issued, and some after 2 years or 3 years it is to be redeemed. At that time also the same amount is paid. That means issue was also for 1000 rupees and redemption was also for 1000 rupees. So in this case, the company is not going to incur any loss on issue. In the same manner, when the issue is at discount and debenture redemption is also at discount. Again, issue is also at premium and redemption is also at premium. That means both the values are same. The issue price and the redemption value are the same value in these three cases. But coming to the next case, issue is at premium and redemption is at par. That means company has borrowed 1050, but the company is going to repay only 1000. So in this case also, there is no loss on the part of the company. Then another two cases, issue is at par, redemption is at discount. That means company is borrowing 1000, but it is going to repay and redeem at the value of 950. Another case also, the company is issuing at premium. It is borrowing 1050, but the repayment, that is the redemption value is only 950. So totally in these 6 cases, the company is not going to incur any loss. There are some 3 other cases where the company is going to incur loss on issue. The first case, issue at par but redemption is at premium. The company is borrowing at the value of 1000, but it has to repay 1050. So there is a difference between the issue price and the redemption value. The company is incurring a loss. Then in the second case, issue is at discount but redemption is at par. That means the borrowing price is 950 but the repayment is 1000. So here also the company is going to incur loss. Then in the third case, issue is at discount but redemption is at premium. The company has borrowed 950 but it has to repay 1050. So in these 3 cases, the company is going to incur loss. So what should be the accounting procedure for these 3 cases? In the 3 cases, there is excess amount. That means the issue price is lower but the redemption price is higher. So at that time, the company must open a separate account specifically mentioned for this purpose. That name of the account is loss on issue of debentures itself. We can't say that it is the loss on redemption, because while issuing time itself, we know that there will be a loss. So the name of the account is loss on issue of debenture account. This account is created at the time of issue itself, because we know very clearly it is all given in the contract. We are going to incur a loss. So at the time of issue itself, the account is to be opened. Once this account is opened, as this account is the loss account, it is to be written off. So when it can be written off means, whenever the company wants to write off, whenever the company is having the profit, it may write off. But it should be written off within the period of the debentures. And if there is any unwritten off portion, that remaining portion is to be mentioned in the balance sheet under the asset side, under the heading miscellaneous expenditure. Suppose the total loss comes to rupees 1 lakh. Every year, rupees 20,000 can be written off. So in the first year, the balance 80,000 is to be shown under the heading miscellaneous expenditure in the asset side of the balance sheet. Now our next question is whether the debenture can be issued as collateral security. Yes, of course. Already the company might have borrowed any loan, and for that loan, this debenture is issued as collateral security. So it is only the nominal liability and it is not the real liability. In case of other debentures, it is the real liability. The amount is borrowed and debenture is issued. But here, the debentures are issued as collateral security. So it is not real liability, it is just nominal liability. So when we say that it is the nominal liability, it cannot be shown under the liability side of the balance sheet. But we can give a note, a footnote under the balance sheet. Suppose if the loan is not repaid on the due date, then this debenture will become the real liability. Till that, this debenture is being assumed as the nominal liability. Okay, we have issued the debentures and then the debentures are to be redeemed. There are basically 4 methods of redeeming the debentures. The first method is by periodical drawings. Suppose a company has issued 1000 debentures, it may give in the document that every year 200 debentures can be redeemed. So in the total of 5 years, all the debentures will be redeemed. So this comes under the first category, periodical drawings. So the company is drawing 1/5 of the amount every year and it is redeeming the debentures. The second category is at the time of issue itself, the company will mention a date on which the debentures will be redeemed. So this type is termed as redemption by payment on fixed date. There is another category. The company may redeem whenever it desires. It may be whether the company is having a huge amount in its hand, or the board of directors may decide, or the shareholders may decide. So whenever the company desires, the debentures can be redeemed. This is the third category. And finally, there is one more different category. These debentures can be converted into shares. So till holding the debentures, the persons were called as debenture holders. When any part of the debentures or the whole of the debentures are converted into shares, from debenture holders, they become as shareholders. So from creditors, they become as owners. So there are 4 methods for redeeming the debentures. While issuing debentures, the debenture holders or the debenture trustee will be given security. So this is by means of creating charge. So section 125 of the Companies Act says that the charge created must be filed with the registrar within 30 days of creating the charge. So how the charge can be created? It can be created in 2 forms. The first one is fixed charge and the another one is floating charge. When we say about the fixed charge, the debenture holders are given security. That security is a specific property. So when specific property is given, at the time of selling the property, the debenture holders are having the prior right, first right to collect their amount. So here if there is a specific property, then this charge is termed as fixed charge. There is another type of charge called as floating charge. When the debenture holders are having their security on the whole property of the company, then such charge is called as floating charge. So here what will happen when the assets are realized? There are so many persons who are going to claim their right. So what will be the order means? The preferential creditors will be having the first preference to get their amount. Then the debenture holders can get their amount. And finally, the amount will be paid to unsecured creditors. So, debentures are subject to 2 types of charge creation. One is fixed charge and another one is floating charge. After redeeming, so the issued debentures can be redeemed and there are some SEBI guidelines. They are to be followed and the auditor has to look into all these things. It is the duty of the auditor to check everything. So in this video, we have studied about the issue of debentures, redemption of debentures and the duties of an auditor in connection with this. Thank you.